Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind. Now, generally, I tend to keep a little bit of a catalog in the back of my brain. Now, I've been doing this news and culture thing for a while at this point. I have an extensive catalog of information that I've stored in my brain over the years. I think that's pretty much par for the course. And part of that catalog is credibility rankings. It's all the same characters in the media for the most part. And so the more exposure you get with some of these figures, the more you catalog whether they can or cannot be trusted. You know, Oliver Darcy, Brian Stelter, Rachel Maddow. I remember all the lies. I remember all the fake news, the hysteria. It's all fresh at the front of my mind. And so obviously those types of characters fall all the way to the bottom of the credibility list. If they say something, yeah, I'm taking it with a couple grains of salt, if you know what I mean. And then there's those who are at the top of the credibility list. And some of those individuals, interestingly enough, well, you might not expect for them to be at the top of the list. I mean, considering the media is constantly telling you how dishonest and horrible they are. But look, it's a personal thing. It's based off my opinion, based on what I've been exposed to. And for me, at the top of that credibility list are actually people like Alex Jones. Oh, crazy. I know, absolutely nuts, right? But I'm not joking when I say that Alex Jones is at the top of the credibility list for me. Maybe not number one, but certainly up there. And it's mostly due to his track record. He has had some of the most accurate reporting on some of the, I'd say, scariest and most important topics out there and most important issues that we face. Alex Jones has a better track record of reporting on the facts than nearly every single major media outlet out there. And so when Alex Jones says something, I listen. Maybe I apply a little bit of skepticism, of course. I think that's pretty much natural and healthy. But for the most part, I'll take it quite seriously. I'll look into it. But when Alex Jones says something, I'll view it as most likely credible. And well, all of this to say, Alex Jones just dropped an absolute frickin' bombshell on Tucker Carlson's show on X. If true, holy moly. Also, most likely true. Definitely shocking, but also not surprising at all. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so excuse the long intro, but I had to lay it out. Topic of this video, let's take a look at what was said on Tucker Carlson's show.
But yeah, he is completely out of his mind. He wanders around for the entire 2.5 years. It's getting worse. Naked in the White House. In the middle of the night, doesn't know who he is. They have to give him a bunch of drugs, a bunch of amphetamines in the morning. Then they've got to drug him at night. Sometimes he'll like be out for the morning for a while and then comes back out at night for a ball. That's when there's a real problem.
He is on drugs. I have established that. And I know someone who witnessed it. I'm not guessing at this. I know someone personally who witnessed him taking amphetamines. And this was during the 2020 election.
So how's this going to, that's huge. I know you don't play games. You've been proven.
No, I don't play games with this. I'll just say he's a makeup artist.
Well, no, you said the NSA spying on me, high level, and then a month later they went, yes, we're spying on Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, I know.
So you don't make stuff up. And so what I'm saying here is Biden's a liability for him. Trump's a liability. What do? They have a right-winger, they'll claim, assassinate Biden. And they'll have a left-winger assassinate Trump. That then gets the country even in more of a fight against each other. And then they put in Gavin Newsom and somebody like Mike Pence or who knows. But I really think the next 13 months is the most critical time, not just in American history, but world history. Because if they can bring down America, they're going to bring down the world. And then you've got the escalation. Remember a year ago, Biden said you can't give F-16s and Abrams tanks and cruise missiles to the Ukrainians. That's World War III. Now they're doing it. So as Russia wins that war, as Colonel McGregor documented a few months ago with you, NATO is escalating. Well, that leads right to nuclear war. So we're so close. That fundamentally makes me so mad. This transcends politics. Since when do Democrats love war? Since when do Democrats love the intelligence agencies? They love them now. And so really the Democratic,
so dark.
Just like the Republican Party is a beachhead for sanity and populism. It's not perfect, but it's a beachhead. The Democratic Party is totally turned over to evil. That's why I thought RFK Jr. was so refreshing, but they're shutting him out of the primary process. They're blocking him. And so now he's going to run third party, which will take away from Trump. Most experts agree. I know Trump's people have looked at it. They think so.
Of course.
So that's very, very sad.
I believe it. These are two credible individuals. I believe Tucker Carlson, I believe his source, and I believe Alex Jones most likely has some sort of information that is in fact credible. I believe the President of the United States is being propped up on drugs, and I really don't think it's all that crazy. In fact, I think it's a pretty safe assumption. There is absolutely no way that Joe Biden is keeping up with the demands of the job of the presidency in his current state. There's no way. They're shooting something into this guy's buttocks. I mean, he must be getting an adrenaline adrenaline syringe 2 minutes before he walks out on stage every single time. Nothing else is believable. Nothing else explains the calling a lid phenomenon from the 2020 election. Joe Biden is one of the most heavily supervised, most likely medicated, controlled puppets in modern American history. I mean, he's pretty much like one of those drugged up celebrities on the tour bus with publicists and agents and managers, treating the situation with said celebrity like Weekend at Bernie's. And that's probably the perfect comparison because Joe Biden is Hollywood. Everything about Joe Biden is Hollywood. It's all a mirage. It's all fake. Whether it's the straight up lies that come out of Joe Biden's mouth, like most recently, Joe Biden claiming that in high school, he was the runner-up in the state scoring championship. Does anybody actually believe that? Is there any documentation to back that up? Obviously, there isn't. That for sure never happened. If that did happen, I feel like there'd probably be articles written about Joe Biden. He'd probably have a whole lot of photos of his time playing football, but instead, he literally just lies. I mean, he just stands up there at that podium, probably full of frickin' substances in his system. The guy's on frickin' Mars going, "Listen, Jack, I used to play water polo. Yeah, they used to call me old Joey Shark Gills, because I was a shark and I used to swim like a shark." No, Joe, that never happened. Please take your meds. No, listen, Jack, it definitely happened. Ask Corn Pop. If it's not Joe lying to you, pulling a con, then it's Joe's aides and handlers who are pulling it for him. And the biggest con is that this guy is somehow the president. He is not the president. He is a drugged up, empty vessel that they throw out on the stage with his little cue cards and his talking points, his pre-packaged talking points, being asked vetted questions from vetted journalists. It's all a damn smokescreen, and you're simply along for the ride. You're the victim of it all, really, if you think about it. For Pete's sakes, the world is being plunged into frickin' chaos, and this is your leader.
Over $1,300,000,000,300,000,000.
All right, Joe. And if it's not that, it's this.
The idea, if you were driving your automobile here and you left in the key in the parking lot, you left the key in the ignition, and a kid came up and jumped in and stole it, and they got in a crash, you're liable civilly. Why in God's name do people not have to lock up their firearms? Why is that not a requirement? All these mass murders, not this weekend, but have been because people have picked up kids and grabbed stuff off of counters, off of their... Anyway, I don't want to get angry. We need to ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines.
Again, no freaking idea what this guy's even talking about. America, your president is an octogenarian dementia patient who is so freaking hopped up on drugs it's not even funny. And worst of all, he's not even your president, he is simply a puppet, a vessel for the globalist agenda. And I struggle to understand how what's currently happening with this clown is even remotely acceptable for the American public. It's absolutely disgraceful, and you are the victim of it all. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys on this one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, friends, and I'll see you on the next one.